Hello again.
We're back.
We're back.
So the last video we're talking about mothers and fathers, the title versus the position. Like, is it a title or is it a position?
Gotta be verses.
Well, not versus. And
Yeah. Okay.
because
Title
it's,
and
it's
position.
both.
I like that one.
As we talked about in the first video, the title is the noun. That's the mom. She gave birth, but the actual position is a verb. It's an action word. It's what you're doing. It's what you're doing as far as mothering the child. So we'll continue. We'll continue on that vein, talking about mothering. Now, the next thing I would like to discuss is um, guiding them. So there's a verse in the Bible that says, um, "Children are like arrows in the hands of a warrior." So if you think about a warrior and his arrows, he what does he do? He has his, I guess, his slingshot. He pulls it back.
Both. It's okay.
Sorry,
It's
I'm
okay.
thinking about David.
Yeah. Good
Sorry,
shot.
his bow and arrow. Sorry, he has his bow and arrow. He pulls it back. He aims at the target to where he wants the arrows to go. So same with your children. You have to aim. You have to guide them into the target. Where are you trying to get them to go? Who are you trying to get them to become? Um, what are the characteristics that you want them to have? So all these are things to take into consideration as far as like um, guiding their life, aiming them into the place where you want them to end up.
I have a question, but what about if they don't want to go where you want them to go?
Well, sometimes you got to give them a nudge,
A nudge.
a, a nudge in the right direction,
Yes.
especially when they're not at an age where they're able um to make reasonable decisions. And they've been here how many years you've been here. So
Yeah.
it's a certain, parents know better with a lot of things. So you got to just give them a nudge and say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is this is where we're going.
Exactly.
This is the direction our household and our family is going.
And it's not up for discussion. You're saying?
It's not, some things are not up for debate.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what? I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Their feelings, well,
Mommy.
that's a whole nother
Yeah.
issue. That's another thing that manifests itself in the classroom,
Yeah.
at school, at places,
Well,
at
yeah. Well, the reason why I spoke about feelings, because specifically we're like pointing toward the mothers, because sometimes they tend to be very emotionally driven, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because that's how God made them, but um, emotions are a good servant, but they're a horrible master. And the thing is, sometimes as mothers and even fathers, but it seems to show up more in mothers. Sometimes they let their emotions dictate what's the best thing for their child.
because we like, oh,
What about they feel?
how they feel. They don't like this or they don't like that.
Children at a young age don't know what they like. I can learn that I don't like. You sure? I like, even sometimes not even my son say I don't like. I say, yeah, you do. I tell him to their face, I don't like it. They say, yes, you do. But I don't. I say, trust me, you do. And then the idiot say, oh, I do like it. They just they're just very impulsive and very feelings driven. So just I know sometimes as mothers we're very emotionally led. So we just gotta just be mindful of that. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. And we got to be able to wrangle them. Like when they're in that impulsive state and I want this and I want that, you got to just be like, sometimes you got to just tell them, no, this is what it is. And they don't always get to have all these options.
Yeah.
Options aren't always, sometimes, but they don't get to have options all the time. Sometimes it's just, this is what it is. That's the nudge. That's the one of the nudges, and pushing them and yeah, this is what we're doing, but this is what we're having, and you gotta just cut it sometimes because a child will keep as long as you let them, as long as you allow them to. Um, Another thing I want to talk about as far as mothering is um, this is something I didn't know when I was younger, as well as a younger mom. I didn't know, like, watching for their natural strengths and abilities. Like, sometimes, oftentimes, children just are drawn to certain things, or they're drawn to certain skills. They just have natural abilities. So you have to you have to watch out for certain things, just so you can kind of see, okay, hey, they're into music, or they love art, or they can draw, or they can build, or they might be athletic. They might be able to run fast. They might have an athletic ability.
You might like reading.
They might be good at reading. A lot of people don't like math. Like, I love math, but a lot of people don't like math. So you watch for things like that. Even for instance, my teenage son right now, he's so good at math, but he keeps saying he doesn't want a job that's in the in the math area, because I'm trying to push him to do engineering. He's like, I don't want to do math, but he's so good at it. He just has that brain, and it comes easily to him. But um just keep your eyes open for their natural gifts and their natural abilities. And when you see them, try your best to nurture them. Try your best to um keep them involved in things, around surrounding that, and just try to nurture that gift, and so that it may continue to grow and flourish, because that might end up being something that they might do, later in life.
Yeah, and even just talking about him is like, even though he's saying he doesn't like math, is that's right now, or it might just be just a season that he's going through, because, or maybe he hasn't met the right teacher, or maybe he hasn't connected his purpose to the math, because, you
That's
know,
good.
uh, and like once you find your purpose, you will endure things that you found to be annoying, or just disturbing. But then if it's tied to your purpose, you understand that this is just a tool added to the purpose. It's a tool added to the
Well,
to the creation of your destiny.
hmm
And these are talks that you should have with your child too. Just say, okay, I understand you don't like this and that and that, but then again, this is it's just a tool. It's just an opportunity. It's just a skill to learn. And again, they're very emotional, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes, especially in this modern world, sometimes they don't have a good grasp on reality. They have a grasp on their own reality among their friends and among school and amongst certain levels. But as they get older, as we try to develop them into um, strong thinking young men and young women, which want to make sure that they're still grounded in understanding, in wisdom of the way the world works, and just trying to learn how to apply it. Right, I'm sorry, man.
no, nothing to be sorry about. You just brought a thought to my mind when you said about them not understanding, or them not wanting to do something because they don't understand that it's connected to their purpose. Now, even even them knowing that they have a purpose, that's a whole nother
Yeah,
that's a whole nother subject, because um, sometimes children don't know that God has a purpose for their lives. Like, for many years, I didn't understand that God had a purpose for me. I felt like, I'm here, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, but I didn't feel like I had anything to maybe give to other people, or anything to add to other people's lives. So that's a whole nother conversation that you should be having with your children, even from a young age. Like, let them understand that God created them for a purpose. They are here for a purpose. They are here for a reason. And they are a part of furthering his purpose and his plan here in this earth. Like, let them understand that from a young age. Like, they're not just here by happenstance. They're not just here for anybody to just use them. No, they are here for his plan and his purpose and to further his kingdom.
Yeah. Even that, I would look back to the beginning when we said that's all part of mothering too. You know, mothering is a purpose. You know, it's just right now, depending on where you are, you choose in your life. That's part of the purpose in which you're alive for right now, and you can't. You could take it lightly, but I don't recommend it. Especially if you love your child. I don't recommend that you take mothering s- so 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 simply or so easily. It's a big task. It's a
It
big
is.
job. It's a big purpose. You know, you're actually trying to guide them into the kingdom, guide them into their purpose, guide them into a good character, guide them into a good career, guiding them into, you know, a good marriage. I know you don't want to hear that, you know, but you know, just guiding them into good
We do
money
want to. We
management.
do want to hear that. We want them to be husbands and wives. We do want to hear that.
Exactly, exactly. Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap up today again. That's a lot.
We might have to do a part 3 because we still are not done.
Yeah, it's about mothering. You know, it's really a big deal. It's really, really, really a huge deal. You know what I mean? You know, like all the great things. You know, my wife's. I was watching her today, just getting the kids breakfast ready and getting in the morning, getting their clothes ready, and all the stuff that I guess even that the children don't see. You know, but I see. A mother's job never done, and I'm sure it's not easy. It's like and 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 you won't get the thanks that you deserve. Just let's just say that, especially from the kids and or from the co-parent or the husband. So you just want them job that you know you just have to do, and and if you're doing it well, see the helicopter. But if you're doing it well, one day you will get praise, and one day you'll get some thank yous.
They'll realize.
They might come daily, but but just keep on keeping on. Just keep on mothering. And like my wife said, we're gonna do a part 3, or maybe do something else. Who knows? But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Co-Parent or Chaos. And please look. In the future, we'll be offering something to you. If you find any kind of value in what we're providing for you, just keep your eye out for it.
Mhm. And leave us a comment if you want to conversate a little bit. And you can also give us some ideas of things that you want us to discuss, some topics you might want us to talk about. Leave in the comments. We read them.
Easy or difficult. Thank you very much. You have a good day. God bless.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.